Hey everyone, Xavier here and welcome back to our next episode of the SWE Universe Mode. We are back with some more Octane. My favourite brand. I like Octane. It's a very Dark Horse style brand. We've got some good names for you this evening. Some new cores as well and some interesting matches. And here we go then, straight into match number 1 of the evening. We have got a little bit of King Neville and he'll be taking on here Tyson Kidd. Now, of course, Neville did wrestle last week, didn't he? Yes, of course, he wrestled last week and defeated Tyler Breeze one-on-one. So, it's a real chance here for us to continue trying to build Neville up a little bit. Because Neville is... he struggled. He didn't have the best of seasons in Season 1. And we're really trying to give him a bit of a push here in Season 2. Really bring him on and make him a bit more dangerous. I don't really want to use him as part of the Cruiserweights. I'd like to... ideally try and use Neville as more of an upper mid-card, even main event star, but of course he needs to get himself a bit more momentum going first. So this is why we've got him this match here again against Tyson Kidd. I think Neville's actually due to wrestle every single week up until the pay-per-view. Yes, he is. And that again, like I said, I just want to try and boost Neville up a little bit. Also wrestling this evening, we are going to see the first appearance of Mike Kanellis as he takes on Jack Gallagher. We've got Aleistar Black versus Xavier Woods. We've got Jazzy Galbert one-on-one against Becky Lynch. We've got Breezango taking on... who are they taking on? I've forgotten. Oh, the Colons. And we are going to have a triple threat European Championship #1 contendership match. That is going to be Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus the British Bulldog. So that should be fun. And here is Tyson Kidd. I believe, as far as I'm aware... Tyson Kidd is, if not already retired, then very, very soon to be retired. He is looking to take up a coaching role, I believe, in the backstage, maybe NXT style. So it's a bit tricky at the moment, isn't it, to really understand Tyson Kidd's role. It's difficult, isn't it, really? Bless him. He had a bad time, didn't he? He had a bad time. It's one of the dangers of wrestling, I suppose. It wasn't a bad injury as such. It was more of a situation where it was a bad injury. Obviously, he's been out for ages, but it wasn't a miscue in the ring or anything like that. It was just a freak injury that could have happened to anybody. Now, I think on paper you'd have to fancy Neville for this one, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. And you can't write Tyson Kidd off. A bit of ring rust, you know, and that sort of stuff, but we didn't see him wrestle that much in Season 2. He had a few opportunities at trying to get himself #1 contendership for the Cruiserweight Championship. Was never able to take that opportunity. And straight away here then, Tyson Kidd with a snap suplex. You know what? If Tyson Kidd could get... if he could get a victory here over Neville, that could really boost Tyson Kidd forward, actually. Tyson just sending Neville back and Neville trying to get himself back in this match. But Tyson Kidd having such a strong start here. In full control. Oh, God, I didn't forget our main event, did I? Our main event is going to be Kalisto taking on, of course, the first appearance on Octane of El Generico. Of course, El Generico won the match at Mystery Vortex to get himself a place here on the Octane roster, and I'm so looking forward to giving him a chance. And tonight, he gets his first chance to show us exactly what he can do. Nice over-the-top cutter there by Neville. Now we're bringing Kidd back up now. To a kneeling base, now a standing base. Tyson Kidd fighting back with the elbows. Big elbow in the gut. Off the ropes goes Neville. Nice dropkick there by Tyson Kidd. And every time Neville tries to get on top of things, Tyson Kidd just seems to have that bit extra, that enough just to take control back in this match. Nice half and half suplex there by Tyson Kidd as well. Draping Neville across the ropes. And dropping him, springing off the ropes into a Falcon Arrow. Nice. I like that. I very much like that indeed. So, of course, our next pay-per-view is going to be for Throwdown. That'll be this weekend. Well, not this weekend, is it? A few days after this weekend, I think. I think it is. That should be interesting. I've got some big matches there, including, of course, Kurt Angle versus CM Punk for the Throwdown Championship. And of course, don't forget this pay-per-view for Octane is coming up for you in 2 weeks' time now. And that, of course, will be Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi in the main event for the Octane Championship. So Neville now dragging Tyson Kidd away, stamping on the back of his arm. Neville now looks to go for a springboard dropkick. Beautiful move. Neville looking quite happy with his work so far. And of course, with this heel Neville, he doesn't really use the red arrow that often now. He uses the submission, the rings of Saturn a bit more often, doesn't he? Tyson Kidd now bringing Neville back up to his feet. Such a shame that Neville has had this situation with real life, isn't it, really? Because I'm a big Neville fan, as you've got to be. We're British, aren't we? So Tyson now just dropping Neville face first. Snake Eyes on that top turnbuckle. Tyson Kidd now dropping an elbow right inside the knee of Neville. And that's a pretty interesting move. It's obviously, like I say, Neville generally goes more for the rings of Saturn now. But should he want to go for a high-risk maneuver, the damage in the legs would be quite big, wouldn't it, really? But it's Tyson Kidd who's going up top first. What on earth was that? I think Tyson got what he wanted, but I don't know. I'm unsure, to be honest. Tyson, I don't know what Tyson's up to here at all. It's not going very well. Dragon screw there by Tyson Kidd now, and Neville again working on that knee. Clever. Of course, Tyson Kidd does like to use the sharpshooter as well. So this is two cruiserweights in this match, both who like to utilise submission finishes. Nice gut wrench there by Tyson Kidd, catching Neville unawares. And Tyson Kidd now stalking Neville. There's that spinning neck breaker. Tyson now dragging Neville away from the ropes. Is this going to be enough for Tyson to get the victory over Neville? 1, 2. No, it's not. Neville kicks out. Neville kicked up a big maneuver there by Tyson, who now locks in the armbar. And again, that's a pretty interesting maneuver as well, because locking that armbar is going to weaken any potential that that Neville can lock in the rings of Saturn, because he has to use his arms, and if his arms are damaged, he's not going to be able to get as much power on that. Neville now hoisting Tyson Kidd up on the top. Big right hand in the face of Tyson Kidd. Both guys up top now. This is looking very dangerous. Superplex there by Neville on Tyson Kidd. See Tyson grabbing at his back. It was a very, very painful looking maneuver. Neville now went to stamp on the back of Tyson, who rolled out the way. Tyson sending Neville into the corner. Tyson now hoisting Neville up top. And it's been a pretty good match so far, this one, actually, isn't it? I thought there'd be more back and forth. Well, there's been quite a lot back and forth, but I thought it'd be more of a one-sided match with Neville. Wow, look at that super Falcon Arrow. Neville tripping Tyson over and just backing away into the corner, just taking a break. Neville now bringing Tyson Kidd back up to his feet, up on the shoulders he goes. Nice, that sit out. It's almost like an F5 there, isn't it? Neville now bringing Tyson back up, but Tyson fighting back with the arm drag on Neville. Tyson now bringing Neville back up to his feet. There's the snapmare. Now into the headlock. Neville able to slide free. Can he take advantage of it? No. As Tyson Kidd takes him down once again. Neville now with a forearm on Tyson Kidd, who fights back with a right hand of his own. Now Northern Lights suplex. Lovely move there by Tyson Kidd. And I think Tyson's going to win this one, you know. And there he is, that swinging Fisherman's neckbreaker once again. Tyson now dragging Neville away from the ropes. This is going to be all. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no, Neville's kicked out again. Wow. Wow, what is Tyson have to do to keep Neville down here? So Neville's like 13 ranking, 13 13 stat points ahead of Neville. So I'm a bit surprised really at this point in time why he's struggling. Why Neville's struggling so much. Neville obviously having a bit of an off night maybe. Neville now taking Tyson Kidd up into that sit-out powerbomb. Neville now sending Tyson Kidd into the corner. And Tyson again just catching Neville unawares of that spiked DDT. Wow. There's the pin by Tyson Kidd. 1, 2. And again it's only for a 2 count. That was a real stiff DDT though, wasn't it? Neville straight back up. But Tyson Kidd seems to have an answer for everything at the moment. Every time Neville gets any sort of reversal in, Tyson Kidd just has an answer for it. Tyson now heading over the top. Springboard elbow drop right to the heart of Neville. And Tyson now just slamming the arm of Neville into the mat. And of course, Tyson did lock in an armbar earlier on. And here we go again. Another spinning fisherman's neck breaker. And sure, that's going to be game, set, match. There's the pin. 1, 2, and no, Neville's kicked out again. Oh my word. Tyson Kidd not happy at all, and I don't blame him. I can't understand what's happened here this evening. I really can't. Neville heading up top. If there's a red arrow here, that'd be it is just a red arrow. Oh wow. Neville, has he just stole this one? 1, 2, and 3 he has. Wow, Neville. How on earth Neville managed to come back and win that one, I've got no idea. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy that was. Neville took so much damage before being able to really get through. Oh, Neville continuing the assault here on Tyson Kidd. Neville. I liking this. Good old King Neville. Good old King Neville. And again, just continuing the assault on Tyson Kidd. Neville sending a message here to everyone here on Octane. And it's actually apparently made Neville the #1 contender to the world. Obviously he's not, but in the in-game rankings, he's #1 contender. I don't think he's going to be far away. And Tyson Kidd's dropped away from the European Championship down to 39. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And here's our next match of the evening. As promised, it is me, Breezango, taking on the Colons. And of course, Kalisto, who looks a bit rough, is going to be at ringside for this one. Good old Kalisto. I like Breezango. I do. They've really sort of grown on me. It was, I sort of pride myself on jumping on these things before they're cool, you know. And when Breezango were first put together as a tag team of jobbers, I must admit I was quite impressed with what I saw, and as time's gone on, they've just got stronger and stronger and stronger, haven't they? They really have become quite a staple on SmackDown, and I think now that it's not... Eventually they're going to have to hold a championship, aren't they? Let's face it. Eventually they're going to have to hold a championship. I'm so disappointed they never got the SmackDown championship, because the whole New Day thing, wasn't it? Because the New Day were due to debut, and literally they just wanted somebody to... They wanted somebody to job to the Usos just for one pay-per-view until the New Day debuted, and it was such a shame because these two guys were in such hot form, and the whole Fashion Files thing was going fantastically at that point in time, and they just... The titles was just there, wasn't it? And I feel like at some point that we want to see that again. We want to see these two guys really go for it, because they're both very good wrestlers. They might have been given... pretty dodgy gimmicks and pretty dodgy things to try and do, but at the same time, they're pretty good wrestlers. You can't deny them that, can you, at all? And here we go, then. The introduction of the Colons. Odele. That's not odd. That's Andaciam or something, isn't it? So it looks pretty cool. I still think that Carlito's face needs a bit of work. But apart from that, the attire spot on, they've all got the same logo, which is pretty cool. The same logo. And these guys are essentially going to be They're not jobbers by any stretch of the imagination, but they're probably on the lower end of the tag team scale here on Octane. Of course, we've got Mustache Mountain, we've got the New Day, we've got, of course, Breezango in the ring, we've got the Young Bucks. We've got a pretty strong tag team division over here. We've got Cesaro and Sheamus as well. However, at the moment, and the British Bulldogs. At the moment, I'm sort of seeing Cesaro and Sheamus maybe as singles competitors here and there. So here we go then. Time for the action. Eventually. There was such long entrances, isn't that's the problem. So here we go. I don't know if that's Epico or Primo. It's another one of these tag teams that I struggle to find out who's who. That is Tyler Breeze in the ring though, I know that. Tyler just wrenching the arm. Really wrenching that arm. Doing a lot of damage here. Oh, but he gets caught back there. Nice turnaround. Oh, he's managed to glitch through his own body there. How the hell's he done that? Sure, that's much more painful for him. Tyler now in control once again. Now, tag team matches so far in this year's game have been a little bit up and down, a little bit back to front, haven't they? But we're hoping we're going to be able to really push them forward a bit. Hopefully, they're going to get a bit of an improvement, maybe. Nice right hand there by Tyler Breeze. Now into a guillotine. Lovely. Yeah, tag team matches this year. I've been a little bit ropey. We did a tornado match, didn't we, at Halloween Havoc yesterday. And that seemed to work really, really well. But I think the standard tag team matches are struggling a little bit at the moment still. Nice knee in the gut there by Tyler Breeze now. Bringing Epico or Primo back up to his feet as he gets caught with the jawbreaker. Went for the clothesline. Tyler ducks it into a scoop slam. He slides out the back. Good bit of wrestling there. Very back and forth. I like that. Oh, he went for the Hurricanrana and Tyler Breeze reversed it into the powerbomb. And Tyler comes across and brings in Fandango. The handsome one himself. There's the snapmare. And you see, just trying to break things up here. Just trying to separate Fandango from his tag team partner by bringing him across this corner before making the tag, which is a very wise thing to do. Fandango now being caught with the brainbuster. Now dropping a leg drop right on the inside the knee of Fandango. There's the over-the-top cutter. And Fandango's in trouble here. Now, Tyler Breeze was in control of a chunk of the match, whereas Fandango's literally just been beaten constantly since this match began. There's the tag. Oh, nice. This is their tag team finisher, isn't it? Nice. Hurricanrana, or Frankenstein, should I say, into a powerbomb. William back up to his feet. Springboard drop kick. Taking Fandango down, and Fandango trying to make the hot tag, but he didn't quite get there. He does manage to get control of the match. Nice drop kick of his own. And Dango comes across and brings in Breeze. Now, Breeze, to me, again, like I said earlier on, somebody who I think has got great potential to go on his own in this career mode, in this universe mode at some point. I keep getting confused with my FIFA and WWE or SWE, if you will. I was speaking to Peter over the phone earlier and kept talking about his Coventry City universe mode on his Xbox and how it compares to my Coventry City one that we're currently doing on YouTube. Tyler now bringing him back up to his feet. Gets caught with a jawbreaker though. Tyler bringing him back up. Nice super kick right in the smacker. Pow, right in the kisser. See Carlito there distracting the referee and now distracting Tyler Breeze as well. And that's allowing Epico or Primo, whichever one it is, to get back up to his feet and catch Tyler Breeze from behind with that reverse DDT. Up to the top rope he goes now. Big splash. Stalking Tyler Breeze. What's he got planned now? Backstabber. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And the Colons have won. Wow. Dango didn't even try and come in and break it up or anything, did he? And there we go, then a win for the Colons. That's going to give them the... Oh no, they're attacking as well. Wow. It's been a real night of messages being sent here this evening, isn't it? These aren't even feuds, by the way. I think this is how the game works. It creates more cutscenes to try and create potential feuds in the future. But at the moment, we've got two pretty good-looking potential feuds here, haven't we? The Colons with Breezango. Maybe we'll have to have a look at converting some of these into feuds. And here's our next match of the evening. A bit of women's action as Becky Lynch takes on Jazzy Galbert. And I must admit, I'm sure that Jazzy looks more realistic than Becky Lynch does in this game, doesn't she? Some of the female models in this game do not look very good this year, I must admit. I think Bayley's the worst one. Bayley looks nothing like Bayley. I think I look more like Bayley than what Bayley looks like Bayley on this game, I tell you. I won't go that far, maybe. You never know. So here she is then, Becky Lynch. It just doesn't look like her, does it? I don't know, we'll find out. We'll find out as time goes on. I don't know. The thing is, if this was a core, I wouldn't be happy with this core, to be honest. I really wouldn't. And Jazzy Gabert, who had such a strong showing last week, she wrestled a fatal 4-way elimination against Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, and Tessa Blanchard, and came out on top of that one. And now she gets the chance to show what she can do on her own. And I think that Jazzy could be a dominant member of this female roster in SWE as time goes on. And with a big victory last week, who knows? She could definitely force her way into the picture. But of course, next week, it's going to be a 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royal to crown the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. And both of these ladies will be involved in that match. And here comes Jazzy. Looking pretty damn good as always. And this could be another dominant performance, should she wish it be. The crowd sighing. They did, didn't they? I'm surprised they haven't signed her yet, to be honest. Because at the Mae Young Classic, the crowd quite clearly chanted, "Please sign Jazzy, please sign Jazzy." So I'm surprised they haven't actually signed her up as yet. I know Shayna Baszler has been signed up now. Of course, Kairi Sane was already signed up. And Tainara Conte also was already signed up. There was a lot of real good stuff, wasn't there? From that tournament. A lot of the women already signed up who were in the tournament. But I think Shayna Baszler didn't have been signed up since the tournament, if I remember correctly. But I'd love to see this lady signed up because she's such an accomplished wrestler. She's very, very good. She's ready made to go straight on the main roster, in fairness. She could go on there and be a real dominant performer. And straight away, vertical suplex there on Becky Lynch. And Jazzy Gabert, really just such a dominant force, like we said. Becky now with a backbreaker now, bringing Jazzy back up to her feet. There's the arm breaker there by Becky on Jazzy now. Jazzy back up to a seated base now, a kneeling base. And Becky getting some good offense here on Jazzy. Like I said, Jazzy was dominant last week in that fatal 4-way elimination. But one-on-one is going to be a completely different operation here. Of course, Jazzy, this is her first ever one-on-one match in SWE. Whereas Becky Lynch is a former champion on... She's a former champion here on Octane, I think. The strength of Jazzy, though, really is her friend. Went for the German suplex, but Becky Lynch flipped out the back. Now Becky with a jawbreaker on Jazzy as well. Jazzy hits the ground before Becky stamps on the back, and another stamp on the back as well. Becky with a chop. Now bringing Jazzy back up. There's the arm breaker by Becky Lynch on Jazzy now. into the disarm her as well, locking in that submission hold. Wow. Damage done there, but very close to the ropes, and Becky has to break it. Becky now looking for the Bexplex as well, launching Jazzy Gabert across the ring. And Becky Lynch here out of nowhere, looking like some hell of an asset here. If she can defeat Jazzy Gabert, that says a lot. Because Jazzy has looked incredibly dominant so far. There's a neck breaker by Becky Lynch. And this is all about momentum for next week as well. That over the top rope 8-woman battle royal. And once again, locking in the disarmer, this time getting a lot more wrench on it. Oh, but Jazzy able to break free straight away. Showing incredible strength as Becky Lynch now with the leg drops. And a spinning leg drop as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Becky Lynch, I can't believe how well she's doing it. No offense, Becky Lynch, she's a fantastic wrestler, but I just assumed that Jazzy might be a bit too much for her, to be honest. Becky, oh, just stuns Jazzy over that top rope. Becky dropping to the outside. There's a elbow drop right to the heart of Jazzy. DJ Jazzy Jeff. Now Becky sending her back in the ring, knowing that she has an opportunity to maybe defeat her. Becky once again looking for that Bexplex. Wow. Becky's doing so well here. I'm stunned how well she's dominating her Jazzy. And once again now locking in the disarm her. The damage could have been done. She's done a lot of damage to the arm already. Jazzy could tap here. But no, she breaks free once again. But the damage has been done. Look at holding that arm. And the worst thing you want to do here is take an injury into next week's game. Jazzy now with a sidewalk slam. Jazzy dragging Becky away from the ropes, dropping a boot right in the back. But we saw this earlier on when we saw Tyson Kidd completely outdoing Neville until Neville just came back and hit him strong and got the victory. So this same thing could happen here, in fairness. We're sort of hoping for Becky's sake it doesn't, because Becky obviously could do with these ranking points as well. But Jazzy now starting to turn the screw. Taking control of the match once again. Becky's locked in the disarmer twice. Oh, look at that, just rubbing the elbow straight across the face of Becky Lynch there, Jazzy. Big kick in the spine. Now into the pin on Becky Lynch. 1. Only a 1 count. Wow, Becky showing some incredible resilience here as well. Kicking out after the 1 is quite a message being sent there to Jazzy, showing that he needs to do a lot more than that to keep me down. There's the snapmare by Jazzy. Now wrenching back at the arm, but Becky's back up and catching Jazzy in the face with a forearm. Jazzy with a forearm of her own. Now run that back into a German suplex, and Becky Lynch catching the ropes on her way down before Jazzy hits her a big kick in the gut. Now Jazzy stalking Becky Lynch. This could be dangerous for Becky. Taking her up onto the shoulder, slams her down. Wow, what a slam that was. Into the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Jazzy Gabert 2 weeks in a row picking up massive victories here. Won a fatal 4-way elimination match last week, and this week defeating the former Octane Women's Champion Becky Lynch. What a dominant performance. And Becky really put up a fantastic fight. But unfortunately for her, Jazzy was just 1 step ahead in the long run. Jazzy had incredible resilience and able to come back and just hit some incredibly high impact maneuvers and eventually get the victory. This is the second Bexplex of the match. There's a kick in the spine, which did end up being a pin. It's a bit of a dodgy highlight, to be honest, but yeah. All the good stuff that happened in this match, it showed us that. But of course, this was it in the end, that big slam. And not many people are getting up after that, are they? And there was the pin for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Jazzy Gabert is victorious. Really a dominant force in SWE. And we could be seeing this next week. And if we do see this next week, of course, she will go on to face off against... who is our women's champion? Oh my god, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox versus Jazzy Gay, but could be a bit of a dangerous match for Alicia, couldn't it? But yeah, next week, like I said, fatal 8-woman over-the-top row battle royal. The winner goes on to the pay-per-view to fight out for the women's championship. And here's our next match of the evening. It's going to be Aleistar Black taking on Xavier Woods. Now, this should be an interesting. Was this the first appearance of Aleistar Black this year? It is. It's our first appearance of Aleistar Black. Of course, it is a core at this point in time. Oh. Wow, someone's made... Could you do entrance videos in this now, then? I did not know you could do entrance videos. Or is Aleistar Black's entrance music and video already on the game? Oh, I'm confused now. Is this going to be Aleistar Black's actual entrance, or has someone just done a lot of effort to... Because I know you can make the videos, can't you? I'm pretty sure you can make the videos. No, his entrance is already on the game. Wow. Now this is, like I said, this is not... This is a downloaded Aleistar Black, not the DLC version. But I didn't realise his entrance if it was already on the game, to be honest. Because it's quite a specialised entrance he's got, isn't it? That's pretty cool, I like that. I do like that, actually. Now, of course, when the DLC one comes along, we'll obviously get that in place. But this, for now, is going to be a very, very strong asset for us. His jacket looked a little bit odd. But apart from that, it looks pretty good. Nice. Oh, the back of his jacket is pretty cool. So he's going to be facing off against Xavier Woods here this evening. Also tonight we've got Mike Canellis making his debut. He takes on Jack Gallagher after this one. Then we've got Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre versus the British Bulldog in a triple threat for the European Championship No More Contendership. And then, of course, our main event of the evening, El Generico versus Kalisto. Oh, Aleistar Black, eh? I'm assuming that means he's a full moveset on the game as well already, then. Maybe this one's them in like data mining and stole it all. Such a con, this game, when you think about it with the DLC. I'm thinking of days when you brought a game and you got what you brought. Oh, don't you be sour. Feel the power. And there it is, the New Day. So it would be a good feud to be like heel New Day versus Breezango. That'd be a good feud. Finally getting Breezango to get the face championship tag team run. There's such a weird lot to look at, aren't they? Such a weird lot of people to look at. They are bizarre to say the least, aren't they? Hoo, hoo, hoo. And Big E now making snow angels in the ring. Never long on entrance, didn't they? Let's let me know I could always cut part of these entrances short if you wanted me to. See, I know I don't like to cut much out the videos because I want to try and make it feel like a real show, but at the same time, if it's just a bit boring us sitting here watching the entrances together over and again, it's I think it's good. In some cases, it gives me a chance to explain the background, the match, and so forth. But this one, we're still quite early in the universe mode. There is no background to most of these matches, is there really? This is literally just a chance for Aleistar Black to show what he can do on this game. And it's also a chance for Xavier Woods to come out from the shadows of both Kofi Kingston and Big E Langston. And apparently they've fixed that, but they haven't. Okay. Apparently people being in the wrong roles in cutscenes have been fixed, but evidently not. Of course, that does make sense, because shaking the hand of your tag team partner before the match does make sense, I suppose, giving you a little bit of a boost moving forward. But at the same time, that was supposed to be a handshake between Xavier Woods and Aleistar Black, I think. Snap suplex there by Xavier Woods and Aleistar Black. Now straight into the pin. 1. Maybe a little bit presumptuous there by Xavier Woods, or maybe just trying to send a message to Aleistar Black saying I can get you in a pin. But it doesn't matter if you can pin someone, it's keeping them down for the free count. That's the main thing, isn't it, really? Aleistar Black now bringing Xavier Woods back up. Woods sending Black off the ropes, and both guys just run into a complete glitch there, but I've got no idea what happened. They both just entered each other's body there for a split second. Nice hurricanrana there by Aleistar Black. And I went for the boot in the back of Xavier Woods, but Woods avoided it. Now into a dragon suplex. Bridges to the pin as well, but not even a 1 count. Xavier Woods now, nice, just jamming his knee right in the face of Aleistar Black. Woods now spinning neckbreaker on Aleistar Black as well. And Woods is doing well here. Taking some control. Now nice DDT spiking Aleistar Black. Now Woods backing away into a corner. I think he might have been maybe looking to set him up for Trouble in the Woods or whatever it's called. But Aleistar Black catching him out. Now locking in that reverse chin lock. Woods slowly getting back up to his feet now then. Couple of big elbows in the gut of Aleistar Black. Black catching that big right hand, and Woods slides out the back. Black with a back elbow, but now Woods. Oh, Woods trying to take Aleistar Black up, but Black reverses it into an octopus stretch here. But Woods able to break free and then catch Aleistar Black with a drop toe hold, but the damage has been done. Big uppercut there by Aleistar Black on Woods. And there's that Black mass kick out of nowhere. Right in the face of Xavier Woods. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count. Wow, that Black mass kick out of nowhere, though. Really caught Xavier hard. I love that kick. But Xavier now fighting back with that chin breaker, jawbreaker. See, the game is glitchy, right? Because if you look at this right now, Kofi Kingston's currently walking into the barricade on the outside. No idea why, but that's just happening, isn't it? The game's weird, isn't it? And now Woods is setting up for the Trouble in the Woods, I think it is. And catches it. There's that big clothesline. Stomping on the chest now of Aleistar Black. And once again, but Black's back up, but Woods catching him, but Aleistar Black now catching the leg of Woods into the powerbomb. Aleistar Black now starting to feel the momentum rising. Right hand to the chest of Xavier Woods now. Big clothesline. Another big clothesline. And a running single leg drop kick as well. Aleistar Black now bringing Xavier Woods back up to his feet once again, locking in that octopus stretch. And as you'll see here, not one part of Aleistar Black's body is currently touching the floor. He's putting an entire body weight and pressure on different parts of Xavier Woods' body. Woods fights free from the octopus. Black now sending Woods into the corner. Woods fighting back with a back elbow. Knee in the face by Aleistar Black. Now taking Xavier Woods up into a brainbuster. Now Aleistar Black, another person who had a really, really poor Season 2 of SWE. So he needs to build up his momentum and his ranking points as well. And that's... Oh no! Xavier Woods ducks the Black mass. Oh, slammed him down there. Oh wow, that's vicious. That is there by Aleistar Black, just catching the knee and sending lots of right hands right to the side of it. Aleistar Black now heading up to the middle rope, dropping the double elbows into the pin once again. Xavier Woods 1, and Aleistar Black, they're just staring right in the face of Kofi Kingston. Black now heading up, trying to build more momentum from the crowd. Black is really Taking it to Woods now. And there it is, the black mass for the second time in this match. Woods tries to grab a hold of the ropes. But Aleistar Black just pulls him away, and there's the pin. And surely this time, 1, 2, and 3. And Aleistar Black is victorious. 2 black masses that took to finish off Xavier Woods. But it was enough in the end. Another good match. Another good match. And just like I said earlier on, Aleistar Black needs these ranking points. He had a poor time on Season 2, which left him one of the lowest rated guys in SWE. There was the first black mass. Was only enough for the 2 count though. There was the Trouble in the Woods. I don't think it's called Trouble in the Woods, is it? I can't remember what it's called, to be honest. It's got a real weird name, I'm sure it has. And eventually there was another... So he's got... See, everything about Aleistar Black is on this game then. His entrance, his music, his video, his moveset, and his victory. Everything's already on the game. We're just waiting for the look. That's all we need is the model. And here is our next match of the evening. It is me, Mike Kanellis, alongside, of course, Maria, taking on Jack Gallagher. Now, this is a brand new Mike and Maria I've just downloaded before this episode began. Pretty good. Pretty good ones. They're ones that I brought from... not brought. There's a guy I keep an eye on. There's quite a few, actually. A guy called Crow and a guy called Status and all these sort of people on the community creations on PS4. And they generally make some of the best calls around. So, I always make sure I double check those guys every now and again because... Well, you always end up with really good stuff. I managed to get a Drew Gulak away from these people. I managed to get a... They've got a Shelton Benjamin on there as well, which is very, very good. Generally, the calls they offer are generally fantastic, to be honest. Where is Maria, anyway? She's around somewhere. Hashtag Power of Love. There she is. Did you see what sort of effect she has as well at ringside? The heel she is. And of course then Bennett's opponent is going to be the gentleman himself, Mr. Jack Gallagher. I like Jack Gallagher. He's very, I won't say underutilized, is he? But he's very different, isn't he, to what WWE normally has. And I feel like he's going to have a pretty decent career with them moving forward as well, to be honest. I feel like out of a lot of the Cruiserweight Classics, this guy generally just has the most the it factor. He has something about him, something special you can't really explain that makes him the way he is. And of course he's playing the heel role now in WWE. Which again suits him pretty nicely actually. But it does with everyone, doesn't it? That old, well, in America it's always the way, isn't it? The anti-American or the foreign heel, it's always the way, isn't it? The British guy, British people are always heels as well, aren't they, in America? I don't know what we've done to you guys to be hated this much, but you know. It's the way it always seems to be. So here we go then, Mike Kanellis versus Jack Gallagher. Jack Gallagher, of course, former European champion here in SWE Octane, so he'll be hoping to win this match and continue building himself up and continue to get himself back in that championship picture. Whereas Mike Bennett will be looking to try and get a victory here because, again, just like a few of the other guys tonight, he did have the best of times during Season 2. He did struggle quite a bit, so he needs the ranking points. He needs to build himself a bit. I don't think he's doing too badly. I think he's like still at like the 105, 110 mark, so he's above where they started, but he needs to push on if he really wants to make something of himself in this universe mode. Maybe go for a European Championship, maybe even push towards the Octane Championship. He's going to need to start picking up some pretty interesting victories, isn't he? So Mike Kanellis now, there's the snapmare taking Jack Gallagher down. Now twisting the head as well. Really wrenching at it. Very painful. Mike now bringing Jack Gallagher up to a kneeling base, but Jack was playing possum catching Kanellis with the right hand, but Kanellis fighting back into the ropes he goes. And there's the drop kick. Now, I'm looking forward to seeing Mike back, to be honest. It was unfortunate he did disappear when he did. He got a couple of issues, obviously. He's got a bit of an addiction to... I don't know what he's addicted to, actually. I think it might be prescription painkillers and so forth. It's not like a horrible... Well, obviously, every addiction's horrible, but it's not like he's addicted to something that's... what's the word? I forgot the word. You know what I mean? It's not like he's addicted to casual drugs or anything like that. He's just addicted to painkillers. And that's a very common thing within wrestling because of the amount of pain you generally go through. That's the one thing that eases the pain. There's a suplex there by Bennett now bringing Jack Gallagher back up. Bennett taking Gallagher up on the shoulders, spins him around, nice neck breaker. Bennett bringing Jack Gallagher back up now. Again, up on the shoulders. This time into a back stunner. There's the pin. 1, 2, no, only 1 count. Bennett, though, stalking Jack Gallagher. Does he have enough to finish him off? Up on the shoulders. And now spins it around into that front slam. And that could be game, set, match. Be a nice quick victory if it is for Jack. For Mike. 2. And 3. And it is Mike Kanellis. Great victory for him. Quick and effective over Jack Gallagher. There was the backpack stunner by Mike earlier on. Oh, we're going to get two visions of that one. That, of course, was only enough for the 2 count. Then there it was, the spinning sit-out Michinoku driver style slammy thing. I've got no idea what the hell to call that thing. But either way, it was a victory for Mike Kanellis. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. I want to see some more of Mike. I feel like when he comes back, he gets a lot of hate on Twitter, I've seen. Then again, I think most wrestlers do, don't they? It's just down to how you react to it, I suppose, isn't it? Mike victorious. He needed that, like I said, a strong start for him in SWE Season 3. Could mean a good potential run for him in this season. You never know. Championships. There's not a lot of strong names on paper in SWE Octane, but there's a lot of people who'd be fighting out for that championship, and Mike may have just pushed himself into that picture. And here's our next match of the evening. It's going to be a triple threat match to become the #1 contender for the European Championship. Sheamus, the British Bulldog, and Drew McIntyre. And of course, again, it's not Drew McIntyre as in the DLC Drew McIntyre. That's not been released yet, of course. This is our downloaded core of Drew McIntyre. And British Bulldog, of course, he made his debut last week. He had a 1-on-1 victory over Aiden English. So him proving that he's got a run here, possibly in him. And it's something I wanted to see a bit more in SWE as well, because I like the British Bulldog, and he's been stuck with the Hart Foundation for quite some time, and he's never really been given a lot of opportunity, has he? But this time, it looks like he's got himself a good shot. And who knows, if he picks up a victory here, could be a next European champion. Who is our current European champion? Current European champion is currently Pete Dunne. So, of course, then 3 Europeans that are in this match as well. We've got Sheamus, who's Irish, British Bulldog, who's English, and, of course, we have got Drew McIntyre, who is Scottish. He's Scottish. As we wait the entrance now of the Celtic Warrior himself. You look stupid. You look stupid. Ta-da! There he is, Sheamus. You know what? I don't mind Sheamus so much now. I think heel Sheamus is a much stronger asset than face Sheamus ever will be. And I feel like the Sheamus we've got at the moment is spot on. I think that's what Sheamus should be. And I think Sheamus alongside Cesaro is showing some real cool stuff as well, actually. And this could be Sheamus's good run here. Again, Sheamus, another man who's never held any gold previously in SWE. This could be his first run as well. You never freaking know. You've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? And Pete Dunne is quite a strong asset for any of these three guys to want to face off against at the pay-per-view. But I'm sure they'll all be gagging for that match, as in to speak. Gagging might not be the best word, I suppose. And then comes Drew McIntyre. It's not a bad Drew McIntyre. I can't wait for the DLC to come out. I keep checking. There's no release date for the DLC yet, which I think is quite weird. I think there should be a release date somewhere. But there you go. It's just a bit weird to think that people are paid money and they're not even being told when they're going to get the stuff. And I know the last couple of years it's been normally... Last few years, I think it was end of November, end of December, end of January the 3 DLCs were released. Because I'd rather just have them now. If it's just characters... I mean, like, there's no extra content. I know, like, normally people do DLC. The idea is with DLC is that you have a story mode. You complete the story mode. You put the game down. 2 months later, DLC's released. You put the game back on. You download the DLC and you play another bit of the story. But with this... It's literally, you just get extra characters. That's it. It's just extra playable characters. There's no real difference to the game. There's no extra story modes coming that I'm aware. So it's just... I'd rather just have them all now, to be honest. So we're going the British Bulldog, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre all fighting it out for a place at the pay-per-view against Pete Dunne for the European Championship. Sheamus straight away there with a belly-to-belly slam on the British Bulldog. And then a big clothesline on Drew McIntyre as well. Sheamus starting this thing off very, very strong. And none of these three guys have held gold previously in SWE. All absolutely desperate to do so for the first time. McIntyre now getting in the back of Bulldog into a backbreaker. Clubbing blow in the back and another one as well. McIntyre sending Bulldog in against the ropes. Big clothesline now. Front chance to straight on Sheamus. The big knee in the face on Sheamus as well. And McIntyre really looking like in strong form here. Of course, no, I take it back. McIntyre has held gold, hasn't he, in SWE? McIntyre is a former Octane champion. What am I on about? Yeah. McIntyre held the Throwdown Championship because, of course, McIntyre was the first and only ever Money in the Bank winner in SWE. And, yeah. So that means, yeah. McIntyre has held gold. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought there for a second. But Bulldog and Sheamus yet to hold anything. I think Sheamus and Cesaro did have a shot at the Octane Tag Team Championships last year in Season 2, but nothing came of it. And Bulldog, I don't think, has yet had any opportunity so far. Bulldog slamming the face of McIntyre off the top turnbuckle now into a running Bulldog. Now catching Sheamus unaware. British Bulldog into a fall-away slam. Bulldog now just pinching the shoulder of Sheamus as McIntyre comes in and breaks it up. Bulldog sending McIntyre into that far corner. Looking for a bit of McIntyre fighting back. There's reverse DDT on Bulldog. Tripped by Bulldog on McIntyre. Now bringing McIntyre back up to his feet again. And just slamming him into that corner turnbuckle and launching him across the ring. Sheamus though just catching Bulldog. Looked like he was going for a choke slam there for a second, Sheamus. I tell you what, these Brits love a good fall-away slam, don't they? Sheamus now clubbing blow against the back of McIntyre, now slamming him back of the head first into the mat as well. Sheamus backing into the corner, just having a bit of a break. Trying to get the blood back in his legs there as well. Sheamus left it a little bit too long. And McIntyre's back up. Big kick right across the chest. And now Saito suplex by Drew McIntyre and the British Bulldog. McIntyre bringing Bulldog back up to his feet. Takes one looking for a tombstone power. Yeah, tombstone power driver right onto the limp body of Sheamus there. McIntyre now. Fall away slam as well. The most overused maneuver on this game at the moment. Sheamus taking McIntyre down though. Knee in the gut, a boot in the chest as well. Another boot in the chest. And that leaves Sheamus alone with the British Bulldog. Sheamus bringing Bulldog back up to his feet. Up on his shoulder looking for a power slam, but Bulldog slides free. Bulldog stalking Sheamus here. Up looking for that running power slam maybe. There it is. Running power slam. McIntyre's back up, but he's going to get it in time too. Oh, McIntyre got there just in time to break that up. McIntyre now half and half suplex on Bulldog. A big kick in the chest of Sheamus well by McIntyre. Now McIntyre's going to try and steal this one. 1, 2. No, Sheamus is back up. Sheamus had enough time to recuperate now. Sheamus right hand in the gut now. Catching McIntyre. There's that big backbreaker. And a second one as well. And keeping the grip for a third time with a big trifecta of backbreakers. Summoning the spirit of early TNA Roderick Strong. There's the pin, but Bulldog's back up. Oh my god. We just hate this bloody game. Well, Sheamus is victorious. Sheamus is going on to face off against Pete Dunne at the pay-per-view. But let's face it. Bulldog should have broke that pin up. He really should have broke that pin up. But there you go. Sheamus has got himself that match against Pete Dunne. I'm just writing that down on my piece of paper to remind me. There we go. It was disappointing the way the game ended that one because Bulldog probably should have broke that up, really. But either way, can't take it away from Sheamus. He got the win. As I said, I won't normally re-record unless there's a big glitch or a big problem. But that wasn't necessarily a glitch. It was just a bit of miss AI, which is a shame. But unfortunately, it is the way it is. And there we go then. Sheamus is victorious. He is going on to our pay-per-view to face off against Pete Dunne for the European Championship. And Sheamus has the first chance of his to grab some gold for the first time. And here we go then for our main event of the evening, which I forgot to show you the match card for. It doesn't matter. We are going to have a little bit of Kalisto. Kalisto in the main event here. I'm a big Kalisto fan. I remember watching the guy on the indie scene quite a bit before he moved to WWE. I remember watching PWG. My favourite ever matches was in PWG. It was a tag team match. It was Kalisto and... let's see what my memory is now. It was Kalisto and AR Fox versus Ricochet and Rich Swann. There you go. It was a tag team match and it was absolutely insane. I think it was an All-Star Weekend. I might be wrong. I think it was an All-Star Weekend and it was absolutely insane. One of the best matches I think I've ever seen. And then also, I think the first time I saw Samurai Del Sol was in CZW. Because one of the first indies companies I ever started watching was CZW. And CZW, I really like CZW because it's not as it used to be. It used to be just all on hardcore, big, huge, non-talented, sweaty male wrestlers. Just whacking each other with weapons, basically. Whereas now it's not like that anymore. Now there's a much bigger mix. And you can tell that by you look at the people that have come from CZW. You got Adam Cole was trained in the CZW Academy. Sami Callihan really made his career in CZW. We have had the Christs have done a lot of work in CZW recently, and obviously they're now working in TNA. You've got Dean Ambrose came from CZW. And you look at the last couple of years, they've had the likes of Kenny Omega's been there. AJ Styles has wrestled there as well before he moves to WWE. The Young Bucks have wrestled there a few times. It's not the company that everyone makes it out to be like it used to be. Now, don't get me wrong, they still do have their extremely hardcore matches here and there. They've got Cage of Death coming up soon. But I'm looking for... I think there's going to be some good stuff coming from... The problem is, at the moment, WWE are picking up a lot of the top indie talent. Week after week after week, more and more people are leaving the indie scene to move to WWE. But then again, it's working the other way around as well. A lot of people are leaving WWE at the moment. Neville, apparently, he's asked for his release, and you can guarantee Neville... I think heel Neville would be an instant asset, an instant join of Bullet Club, surely. Heel Neville going up against someone like Will Ospreay. I mean, Neville versus Ospreay is just a match that needs to happen in the future. Just happens. It just needs to happen at some point anyway. Nice uppercut there by Kalisto. And we'll probably end up doing our King of the Cruiserweights tournament again at some point. But we'll probably do it a bit more long-term rather than doing it as a weekly special. We'll do it as more of a long-term thing. But first of all, to do those sort of things, I need to get ahead of myself. But at the moment, I'm still about one day ahead of myself. I think I'm going to stop doing the 7-match card soon and drop down to 5 matches like we did last time. Because it just saves me an extra 20-30 minutes per video. There's the pin by Kalisto there for a 1 count. I'm slow about words, you know. I don't know why. Kalisto now bringing El Generico back up into an Ace Crusher. Kalisto up on the middle, but no. Decides against, I think Generico was getting back up. There's the backbreaker by Generico on Kalisto. Big kick in the chest by Generico. Now he's heading up to the top. I think he likes to use a senton here from normally. But Kalisto getting back up to his feet. Sort of rushed Generico out of his decision. Generico now dropping Kalisto across that top rope. Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes. Brings him back out into the sit-out powerbomb. El Generico now dragging Kalisto away from the ropes. Referee's so slow to get down. That was literally a free count before the referee got down, to be honest. Generico, the big elbows right in the forehead of Kalisto. And now Generico heading up to the top. He tried this earlier, and what's he looking for now? Oh. So he actually wants the guy up on his feet to do whatever he needs to do. That's a weird way, isn't it? Nice missile dropkick, though. Real powerful missile dropkick. And Generico up on the top, taunting. Of course, Generico has got a pretty decent ranking because, of course, he joined at Mystery Vortex, which was a special, which counts as a pay-per-view, so it's worth double points. So he's on 110 ranking points already. A victory here, of course, would be a main event victory, which means it'll be another 10 points. So it could be in a very good situation. There's the suplex powerbomb there by Generico on Kalisto. The generic luchador versus the Kalisto luchador. I don't know. Versus a Mexican luchador? I have no idea. There's the pin by Generico. 1. And enough for a 1 count. Generico with a dropkick right in the back of the head of Kalisto. Generico sending Kalisto now into the corner. Ah, could we see it? No. Of course, one Generico's big finishing maneuvers is that brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle, but Kalisto maybe saw it coming. Went for an ace crusher, but Kalisto got caught out there by Generico. Reverse Rana by Kalisto on El Generico all of a sudden. Generico's back up though. Went for the belly to belly, but Kalisto reversing, tripping Generico over. Kalisto went for the springboard splash and completely missed Generico. Both guys slowly getting back up to their feet. Kalisto booting the gut of Generico. Rolls him through and a kick in the side of the head as well. Generico rolling Kalisto through. There's the stiff forearm. And now springs him off that top rope into a Falcon Arrow. And I feel like Generico's really starting to turn the screw now. There's the pin. 1, 2. I need a 2 count. Drop kick in the back there by Generico on Kalisto as well. Into the corner he goes. Maybe we are going to see that brainbuster. It looks like we are. Generico Hoisting Kalisto up. Brainbuster onto that top turnbuckle. Generico into the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And El Generico does pick up the victory. That is good for him ranking points wise. And like I said, it would be worth 5, but because it is a main event of a weekly show, it's worth double. And therefore that puts Generico up to 120 ranking points. Actually probably one of the highest guys on this roster now, to be honest. Definitely getting there. Might need just a little bit more of a boost though before we consider putting him into the main event. I think next month he should be being looked at for the main event picture, really, shouldn't he? Where are we? So 120 puts him up to... Oh, not actually that high. It puts him in the top sort of 15 or 20. It puts him equal points with Mike Bennett. It now puts him higher than Kalisto, which I'm sure he'd be happy about. But of course, there's quite a lot of people ahead of him. You've got, just ahead of him, you've got Akira Tozawa on a 125. Cesaro's on 126. Dalton Cast on 130. Will Ospreay 135. Matt Hardy on 140. Jeff Hardy 145. Tyler Bate 148. So yeah, Generico's still got quite a bit of work to do before he moves himself up. But he's definitely going in the right direction. And I don't think it'll take too long for him to get himself into that championship picture. So there we go, guys, that's the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like button. And of course, if you are new around here and you want to see some more, then hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of SWE. And that is not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. And that, of course, is going to be Throwdown. Bye.
Bye.